What up? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the second podcast. By now, if you watched the first one, I was looking for names. I want to name it. And it looks like we're going to call it the Please Be Quiet podcast, which is hilarious because I always say, please be quiet. So is the world, right? Shut up. Everybody needs to shut up, right? No, we don't. We need to stand up and talk. So it's Please Be Quiet podcast. Thanks for listening. Just a few things to go over, to look at, and kind of what I want to get into later on doing as this podcast grows, and kind of what I'm wanting to do. But one thing I really want to do is like do some kind of giveaways, like a lot of giveaways, right? So like as we grow, people that share, like follow the podcast, whatever, I want to give away some cool stuff. I've got a ton of merch left over from the No Prep Kings racing, and sure, I could probably sell it, but I don't think that's kind of not what I want to get into. I think just giving it away is going to be the funnest part. Right? Just like people that like and share it, just pick random people. So we're going to start that pretty quick. I got some hoodies left over and a bunch of t-shirts. I don't have any like smalls and kids smalls and women's smalls, mediums and larges, but I have a lot of XLs, 2XLs, and the shirts I've got, they're a nice shirt. They're not like the ones you wash and they end up being the size of a toddler when you get out of the dryer. These are good shirts and they last a long time. So I didn't go cheap on them. So they're nice, and I'm going to give a lot of them away. So we're going to do that. I'm going to start giving a lot of stuff away just for listeners, just like that. And then also, money if anything ever comes with this podcast, or make any money out of this stuff, I want to definitely have some kind of charity we give it away to people that need it. We'll pick family or whatever, or stuff like that, food banks, stuff like that. So I want to do that as well. That's always wanted to do that, and also get into other stuff, which I'll get into that later on. But that's kind of what direction I want to go to as well. Just give back behind the scenes. So that'll be cool. And I want to, let's see, we can go up. I do like I've been doing like a lot of 3D printing lately. Cause I got a 3D printer. I got a cheap one. Well, I wouldn't say cheap. It's called a Creality. They have some really nice ones, and I forgot the exact one of it, but it kind of took a dump on me. And after about 3 or 4 months, I had to replace the nozzles and stuff on it. So I did spend the money and got a Carbon X1 Bamboo Labs, which is, man, it prints multicolor stuff. So you can do like 2 color deals. Like I have some right here, like this dragon here, like they print just like this. Look at the detail on this sucker. Right? How cool is that? And they print just like this. You can do any which way, the legs, it comes in links, So, they're really, 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 really cool. So I'll do some giveaways on this stuff too. I've been doing it for about a year now, probably, on this stuff, figuring it out. They have glow in the dark stuff you can do on your filament, they call it. They come in big spools. You can do 3 colors on that. So this one was one was a test dragon I did, but these are really cool. It's something to do. You're bored. But it takes a while to print some of these, you can print anything, like for cell phone holders, like these right here. Never mind. Hold on. There's another one. This is a different one. My bad. This is a 2-color one, but this is like a pillow. It looks like a pillow, right? But it's not. It's filament, and your phone goes right in there. So it sits in there like that. See, cool. And you can also, they have one where you can do like you print it with a slot in here. It has a hole, and then you stick it. Your charger snaps in there, so you can put it in here at night and charge it with your phone. Charge your phone at night with it in the pillow. So really cool. It looks just like a pillow, but it's not. It's fully filament. It prints just like that. And then I made a little throw rug over it. This is just a chain link deal, but I put it right here. I know it's stupid, but whatever. Get over it. See, little blanket goes on there. So anything you think of, you can print, 3D print. So that's funny. Sorry I threw that pillow at you guys. You can even print tools, skulls, cool little things like this. Get your mind off. If you got ADD, these are pretty cool. I mean, you just go. That's pretty cool. I feel like Carrot Top doing props. Stupid. Skulls. This podcast sucks. This one right here, trailer hitches. I know it's a rainbow color, but don't judge. I was just testing the filament out. Get over it. But it's got like little skulls inside there, you know, and it goes over your trailer hitch. I know you don't want rainbow. I got some other colors over there. They're like gold and black, so black like your soul. Let's see what else. Oh, wrenches. You can do wrenches. So you can print wrenches. See, it actually works. And you don't have to put anything together either. It prints just like this. I mean, you pull it off the board and it just works just like it prints this little corkscrew and everything just like that. I mean, you can't like torque down a freaking head from a motor or something like that. But I mean, if you need to like, you know, if you need to get, you need to hit somebody, you can, or you need to tighten something up in the house that, just to make a point to your wife. They told you it works. You can, prove a point. So I told you, you can do that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, all kinds of, this one took like 17 hours to do. Check this out. This is a Cobra, but I printed it in this like iridescent color. I wanted to try it out. But look at the scales on it. Isn't that sweet? It's ridiculous. But I mean, yeah, so it prints like really cool stuff. Anything you can think of, it'll print. I mean, any like tool trays you can put your sockets in, useful stuff. And this one's a Carbon X1, the Bamboo Labs, and it prints carbon fiber. So you can actually do print carbon fiber parts. Like you can do like race car parts. You can do like RC car parts, RC car frames, holders, anything. I print little boxes and stuff, not just out of black, but you can do carbon. I came with carbon fiber, but it's got to be ventilated. Because it puts off fumes. You're supposed to ventilate it. So, excuse me. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. So I have a roll of carbon fiber, but I haven't used it. But anyway, I got tons of those dragons. We can give some of that away. I got a whole table over here full of stuff. I mean, if you see the first podcast, it's full of stuff back here. My mom, she's like, you need to clean that table off. I was like, all right. So I cleaned everything off. It's over there, but I got a ton of stuff I've done and give a lot away. I don't charge it. I give it away. I can do mouses, like print mouses, like for your computer, and it actually get the kit and put it in there. It actually clicks and the ball moves, and you have a little USB fits in there with a battery and everything. It's pretty cool. I don't have the mouse in here. It's in my office, but pretty neat. But yeah, so this is the second podcast. Just getting stuff situated. We went and looked at cameras. I've got another 4K camera coming. Actually, 2 more. And then I got the video switchboard coming that I can switch videos so I can have my first guest. I've got a couple of guests lined up already. I just haven't, I've got to get everything set up. So I'm just introducing myself into the podcast and just actually just messing around, really just making sure the sound's good and the lighting. And it turned out, it turned out pretty good. I mean, for me, for the lighting and the sound for me right now, it sounds good to me. It's not perfect, but it's dang good for what I've got as far as the setup goes. I didn't go cheap on it. And then, you got to have a laptop, right? So Windows does not work really good with interfaces for the podcast for audio and video. I mean, it does, but you've got to have a Mac. You can't. It just works to edit and then upload stuff. Just Mac works. I have one back here. I have a big. You can see the screen. It's those big curved screen. And I have a big. Gaming computer down here with it's just for, I'm not a gamer. I don't sit there and game all day long. I'm not that guy. No offense to anybody like that. My brother's a huge gamer. My brother's got he got one of those driving simulators. It's got like screens that go, like 3 screens that go like all like that. And he's got the race car seat and he's got the F1 steering wheel, like a F1 steering wheel. Like, I mean, I don't know how much it costs, but it was not cheap. And it's got like the real pedals, all hydraulic stainless steel pedals, and it's got a clutch. It's got everything. You can do F1, you can do on-road, you can do drag racing, you can do sprint car racing, you can do any kind of racing you can think of, you can do it. And I tried it, and I did it over Thanksgiving because he was like, hey guys, come check this out. And I'm like, what is this? My brother's like, what is he, a zillionaire? I mean, he got a new crotch rocket that's like, it is just amazing. I'm not even going into the specs because I don't know nothing about them. Well, I do, but I think I don't know. I think it's an Aprilia, or is it a Bugatti? I think it's an Aprilia. I don't remember. I'm terrible at it. Don't ask. Stop it. Anyway, long story long, we went in there and Thanksgiving. He's like, come check this out. So we went in there, opened the door. He's got a whole office. He's rented a brand new house. Must be nice. I'm just kidding. I'm not a hater. And it's really a nice place. And we went in his gaming room, and he's got the whole computer gaming room set up for his computer stuff. And then to the right, there's the whole corner of the room is this huge simulator. It's a driving simulator. It doesn't actually move because you can get the ones that actually. Dude, if this cord gets tangled one more time, I'm going to cut it. You can actually they move, you can see those ones that move around when you turn. It doesn't do that, but the steering wheel does. I mean, you'll jerk your hands around. You'll hurt you. You got to let go of it. So anyway, it's crazy. I drove it and it was intense. Like I was sweating when I got done. I was like, dude, this is stressful. Cause I was driving the sprint car stuff and it's hard. But it's very, very realistic. I dig it. So, that was cool. But anyway, I've got way off track. Adam, shut up. Okay. Back to that. I get that way. So just deal with it. But I have I have a flight simulator. I like that because I want to get my pilot's license because I'm going to start flying planes. It's probably stupid, but dumb idea, but you got to go somehow, right? But it's a realistic simulator. So I got that for that. And it's great for gaming stuff or for those, high RAM or high stuff that it takes a lot of memory, a lot of, the video card to run that stuff. They're great for that. But as far as audio and video editing and stuff like that for podcasting, vloggers, anything like that we're doing, you've got to have a Mac. It just works. So anyway, long story even longer, I go to Best Buy and I start pricing these freaking MacBook Pros. My wife's got a MacBook Pro. She's had it for a while and it still works perfect. And I have iMacs. I'm all Mac. I'm iPhone. But I did get an Android, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. So just get over it. I know it's a green text, and I call the cops every time I get a green text, but just whatever. But I'll get into that in a minute. But the MacBook Pros, you got to take out a mortgage you got to take out a home loan or a mortgage. Like you got to take out a loan to get one of these suckers. They are absolutely outrageous. The base model for a Mac is like I don't know, let's see, $1,200, $1,299, I think it is, and it comes with enough RAM and gigabytes. That, you can definitely do stuff, but the audio, video stuff like we're doing, like in HD 4K stuff, you really need an external hard drive anyway, right? So it's on the way, external hard drive, but the MacBook Pros have a terabyte. There's 4 different ones I think you can get. And the one that I got was the second to the best one, or the one I looked at was the second to the best one. And do you want to take a guess how much it was? $3,400 for a laptop. Like I'm a Mac guy all the way. I love Apple. It just works. Everything just works with Mac. It's great for whatever you're doing, but $3,400 for a laptop when you can go buy an iMac for $1,700, $1,600 for the big new one for a desktop. But who's getting desktops, right? That's kind of that's kind of dumb. Well, not dumb, but there's a place for them. But laptops are just kind of the way to go. And you can get the 16-inch monitor and the MacBook Pro. They come in black. They're sleek, but $3,400. I said no. So I went there yesterday or day before and looked at them, and I just said no. So I walked away. The dude was asking, he was like, you want to get that one? And I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. So I just walked off, and I didn't get it day before yesterday, and I didn't get it. We went yesterday again with my wife. We went and looked at them again, and she's like, well, you just use your Apple card, whatever. And I was like, no, because I don't like credit cards. I don't have any debt, really. I don't hardly have any debt. Just my house and my truck payment, really, and I don't have any credit cards. So I did my wife did apply for the Apple card, and I got approved like that. And it's like they'll give anybody like 10 grand, but you got to pay the interest. So that's what I hated. So I never really used an interest. I never really used credit cards. I have them. We did use them when we were flying a lot for No Prep Kings on the show because you got a lot of points. So so I have a ton of points on American and Southwest. We have American card, Southwest card, American Airlines, and we have a ton. So we always got to fly, sometimes we flew like first class, like, oh yeah, bougie, here's your hot towel. I'm like, what do you do with this? Like, blot your face, wash your hand. I'm like, what? Anyway, so I didn't want a hot towel. It was hot. So it was hot outside. Stupid. But we'd always could upgrade really easy when you had a credit card, right? So we just get the bill in and pay it off. And it helps build credit too, but so we have a little bit on there. But other than that, I never had credit cards. Whatever. Shut up, Adam. Back to what I was talking about. Went to Best Buy, looked at the MacBook Pros. I have to get a laptop, right? At this point, I have to get one because if I don't get one, we're not doing podcasting. Because right now I have to take the SD card out of my camera and go to my office and then walk across the house, plug it in, and turn the computer on, the iMac, and it's outdated. It hasn't been updated like it should have been, and so we're trying to update it as we go. We're on Sonora, I think it is. I don't know. My wife's good at that. I just know it hadn't been updated, so it's kind of slow. But I could edit my first podcast with it, and it does work, and you can edit it. It's fine, but it does suck because it's just kind of outdated. You know, it's like 7-8 years old. Well, even if you have a computer that's 2 years old, like you're just like you're out of date, right? You go to Starbucks and you sit down next to some dude, and he's like, "Oh gosh, is that MacBook 2 years old?" You know, it's like you're dude, that's archaic. Like, how do you start that thing? Ether, you know. So, I went back yesterday. We looked at them again, and I was like, because I had to get one, and I was like, I'm not paying that much for it. I don't agree with how much they cost. I'm not paying that much for it. I'm just not. I bought one. Well, I had to get something, you know, and I really did not want to pay that much for it, but they didn't have the best one in stock. The one that was $3,800. And I'm like, you know, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it. Right. Cause I mean, how many times do you buy a laptop? Like my wife's is like 8 years old and it still works perfect. So, and I've never had a Mac, but I've never had a good laptop. I have a bunch of them outside of my shop from my businesses that I had going when we were blowing and going. I have like probably 20 laptops out there, but they're all Windows. They're all either crashed or too slow. They don't work. They got viruses because you know how employees are. Oh, look this up. They don't ever take care of nothing. Employees, you know how it is. Some of them do, you know, but most of them, it's not theirs. They don't care. So if you have a business and you're starting one, get ready because they don't care. I did purchase it and it is amazing. I love it. It is really, really, really cool. It's going to come really, really. It's going to come in handy big time because it's for me to just be able to take that card out. I can sit right here. I can edit stuff right here and look at, you know, and post it, you know, that's going to be cool. So, I'm excited about that, to get that thing going because when the video mixer comes in, the automatic, it's called the Rodecaster Video. You can plug like 4 or 5 cameras into it. So I'll be able to switch back and forth automatically now to whenever I have a guest on. I'll be able to switch back and forth whenever I start talking. It automatically switches to this camera. Whenever my guest starts talking, blah, 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 it goes to that camera. And then it'll have a camera in the back there. I think I talked about this already, so I repeated myself on the first podcast. Get over it. Please be quiet. The other camera will be facing back there and it'll have both of us in view. So AI kind of chooses which ones you want. You can choose which ones are priority. So if you want to have, you could obviously have me and the guest priority, right? So it'll do this, switches me and him or her back and forth primarily. And then every once in a while, if we're both talking, it'll go to the bigger camera or the wide lens camera in the back and it'll have both of us in there. So pretty cool. Then I'm going to have one that goes over top. And I may use the GoPro. I've got this because I've got the GoPro. It's not the newest one, but it's it's a good one. It's the GoPro 8 Black. And this was what was in the race car. We recorded our runs in the Dark Horse car. I have a really good video I need to share. I'll find that of me and Sean Wilhoit, the Mistress car. And my camera was pointed straight I think it was his car or my car. I think it was his car, but it may have been, I don't know, but there's a video and it's facing, you know, that way. And we are absolutely neck and neck. The only reason he got me is because his pecker's sticking out. Now the pecker is the front piece you can put in the front of to make your car longer because the Novas aren't that long. So it's a piece it's the piece that sticks out in front. He got me on that, I think. But I mean, it wasn't by that much. It was barely, but it was the best race we had. It was just side by side the whole time. I mean, it was just the whole 8th mile. We were just like right neck and neck. So really cool video. I got to find that. once I get the other cameras and I get the video mix, so I can plug my laptop into that and I can pull it up, and then it'll have both of us, it'll have my video, a picture of me down here, and it'll have the background video of the video you're watching. You can watch that and you can watch us react to it. Oh, that was cool. I still lost. So that's going to be cool. That's coming in. Get that set up with all the other cameras, and I can have the guests in there. It'll be cool. But anyway, MacBook Pro, it's gangster. If you have the means to get it or you can finance it, I wanted to put it on my Apple Card. And she was like, just use your Apple Card. You don't have to use cash, use your Apple Card. And I was like, okay. And so that's what I was going to do. So we got the MacBook Pro, went to the checkout, and I have the worst luck ever because I am like a walking black cat crossing the road under a ladder. Trust me, it's terrible. I went there and he rang me up and he was like, it's going to be $37 million. And I was like, that's what I thought. So I swiped my card and the Apple Card and didn't work. So I had to, it said, no, you can't push it. So I put it in. You never know what those stupid machines, what do you tap, put it in, swipe it? What is it, dude? Like you change it up every time. Everyone's different. You go to a convenience store, it's like, oh, no, you got to insert it. Well, there's a tap there. No, it doesn't work. Well, you got to tell me that, dude. And then I try to tap it. It's like, well, you tapped it too close on a different store. I'm like, whatever. So you know how it is. Just monotony. Bang, 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 click, 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 bang. So I put it in there to get the MacBook Pro. And of course, what does it do? Declined. And there's people standing around. And then this dude, he goes, oh, your card got declined. Dude, shut up. Shut up. I'm like, no, and it's not decline. So what happened was Thanksgiving, we're checking out something on my card, and it said that I'd used it, and I haven't ever used it. It's just been sitting in my wallet. I don't use credit cards, debit card, or cash, whatever. I just don't like using credit cards because it's 25% interest. They kill you. So we look at it, and there's a $45.35 Uber charge on my Apple credit card. Well, I've never even used it. And so apparently it got hacked. Are you kidding me? Well, it's MasterCard's pretty much what it goes through. But are you kidding me? Like, I've never even used this card and it gets hacked. So we had to dispute it. So my wife gets on the computer or gets on the chat with Apple, with Apple, and then they go, okay, we're going to have to put a hold on your card when we get this resolved, blah, 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 blah. So they did resolve it, and they did actually credit me back for it. And they gave me the $45 and 30 cents back, so now I'm not broke. But they still had a hold on it. So that's why I got declined. So I ended up having to use my debit card to buy this. So, I mean, it didn't even matter. My wife didn't want me to spend the money, just finance it for $100 a month, pay it off 100, whatever it was a month, pay it off 12 months. Okay. And help build credit. Cool. Well, my credit's already great. It's over 700. But I mean, it was just to maintain it. Cause if you don't have anything, which is so stupid, the credit system in America, like if you don't have credit, you can't do it. If you don't have money or credit, you can't do anything, which is the stupidest thing on planet Earth. And, I don't understand how, hang on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, it's this stupid Samsung. It's ridiculous. Sorry. Yeah. So I had to debit card it, which, I mean, it's paid for, so whatever, but I needed to have it. So I got it. And it's so funny how they're so smart. Apple, they're so smart because they change up, of course, now everything's USB-C. There's no USB anymore. USB is like a laser disc nowadays. If you guys are old enough to know what a laser disc is, it used to be a CD the size of a laptop. You used to put in and play movies, Harry and the Hendersons. That's what we used to watch on a laser. We thought we were, pooping in high cotton whenever we had that because we had a laser disc and a CD player and a big old sound system when we were kids. My dad was like, yeah, check this out. They had these big old CDs, and they're called laser discs. I mean, if you don't know what they are, look them up. But I'm old enough, definitely, that's what we had. And those are obsolete. They're probably worth money now. Sorry. And then, so got the MacBook, got it home, opened it up, checked it out. It's amazing, of course. It's got a 1 terabyte memory, 48 of RAM. It's got tons of memory, tons of upload power, and download capabilities and stuff like that. But you still need an external hard drive, right? I mean, you don't want to store all that video on your computer and take that stuff up. So got that coming. Of course, cameras, and then of course the stands and stuff like that. So that's going to be cool. Then I have a monitor and be able to have my laptop and my mixer and everything here. So getting it set up, it's going to be really cool, and then we'll move forward. So I'm just rambling, but anyway, I'm an iPhone guy, 100%. I mean, blue text all the way. Get over it. But I did get this for my new company. I have a new company called AJ Specialties. Shout out. That's the sponsor of this video. Me. No, just kidding. But for real. This is a Samsung, the Galaxy, the best one, the newest one you can get, whatever. Galaxy, I don't know what it is, but it's a good one. But I'll tell you this. And now I do not like green text. I hate green. When I get a green text, I call the cops. Immediately, I'm calling the cops. If they do it again, I call the FBI. Period. It's over. You're going to jail. Because I can't send you a video because it's compressed and they can't send me a video because it's blurry. It's terrible. But that's the dumbest thing possible because they could fix that in 1 second. It's like, that's so stupid. But the camera on this sucker is insane. The pictures, it's like 8K. It's like, I don't say it kicks the rear end out of the iPhone, but it is legit. I don't care for the operating system. Really. I mean, it's gotten better over the years. Doesn't look like a Gateway 2000 computer anymore. Because that's what it used to look like. If you know what the gateways are, when the big computers with the monitors weighed like 500 pounds, they're like this big in the back. The big brown ones. You had to get movers to move it in your house. You got a computer. They've upgraded it pretty good, and it's nice. But I really. The Mac Apple's just the way to go for me. The iPhone is just for me. But I'm getting used to it a little bit more. And of course, it's a company phone. But I've been wanting to try just to look at the cameras. So I've got a really cool gimbal coming that follows you around, does all this crazy stuff. And so when I go out to the shop and show you guys that and powder coats, when we get into that later on, I can record with this thing, and it's got the same quality as this camera or any 4K camera you can get. So I dig it for the camera. And the speed of it, it is. I mean, I got to give it to them. It is a little better. I don't know about using the stylus on it. That's kind of outdated for me. But maybe people use it. I don't know. It works. The touchscreen works great with your finger. But anyway, pretty cool stuff. Like I said, a couple of guests coming up. We'll see what happens there. I want to get out to the shop, show you guys around there, show you my truck build, what I've done to that, and then show you the powder coat stuff what I'm doing on the powder coating and how that all works. It's pretty cool. I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm not no professional, but I can make it look good, like glass, and how to cure it and stuff like that. So really neat, really cool. Let's see, what else? Neighbors. Dude, Happy New Year, by the way. Hope you guys don't get a gym membership and let it sit there all year and don't go, because you will. You're probably already doing it right now. We had New Year's, and the neighbors, dude. I mean, I'm all down for fireworks. I mean, fireworks are awesome. I like fireworks. But dude, these guys, neighbors, all out. They went all out. Dude, they lit fire. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I should say that. Dude, yeah, dudes. Dude and chicks. Whatever. Shut up. Stupid. Sorry. They lit fireworks off for 4 hours. Probably 4.5. I'm being nice. Probably 4.5 hours. And they weren't like, fountains and bottle rockets. These were cannons. Cannons. Artillery shells for days, hours. And it's right next door. Like just right there. And guess which way the wind was blowing? This way. So guess which way all the cardboard artillery shells, whenever they went, they fell in our backyard, our pool, the roof outside. I was actually watching. They got through. They did stop at like 11 o'clock, which was nice because, dude, those things were going off nonstop for 4 hours. Like, I mean, it wasn't just a boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was just nonstop. And they had a grand finale. It was a big cake, they call them, and it was probably a 200 shot. It had to have been. It was just spraying them up, like spraying them up like crazy patterns, and it would just explode. There was like 40 or 50 of them going off at one time. They had to lit two of them at the same time. But check this out, and lit them both at the same time. But they went off for like 5 minutes. This grand finale did. And it was like 11 o'clock. So they did finally quit at like 11 o'clock, but it was solid when the sun went down till like 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock. It was just absolute World War III over there, nonstop, just going nuts. So, yeah, we were taking the dogs out to go to the bathroom. We have two little French bulldogs. I'll show them to you. They're little. One's 100% deaf, so she's a great track dog. Her name's Nugget. The other one's Boogie. They're little French bulldogs, but they're an absolute mess. They're humans. If you get a French bulldog, be ready. They're not a lab. They're a person, and you have to take care of them 24/7, and you're going to lose your wife because they're going to be in between you and your wife all the time. They go to the bathroom with her. They go to bed with her. Finally, we got to put them in a cage, at night, and they do okay. They'll cry for a minute and go to bed, but they haven't cried lately. They do okay. So get ready. You're going to lose everything. If you're a dude and you're a chick, you give your chick a French bulldog. Oh, how cute. Yeah, well, your life's over. So, but for real, they finally quit. But man, I'm not kidding you. That grand finale, I've never seen. I don't even know where they got these things. Like off the black market? Who was making these things? Like it was crazy. But that was really cool. But that was crazy. And we had a lot of fireworks out here in the neighborhood, but not like crazy. It wasn't nuts, but that one was just. The whole neighborhood was like clapping whoa when they're done, and they didn't have to pick up all the shells in their backyard. I did. Actually, my wife did. I had to pick up a few though, and there's still some in the pool, but that was crazy. But yeah, new year, man, 2025. It's going to be exciting. A lot of new stuff here with the podcast. I'm excited to get that thing rolling and getting people on here. It's going to be fun. But that's pretty much it right now. I just wanted to come on here for a minute and do another podcast and kind of give you guys some more information about what we're looking at doing as far as charity work and giving stuff away and giveaways. I'm going to start doing a lot of giveaways as far as shirts, even if you guys like dragons. Or even if that, no, you don't have to do that. But I'm tools, all kinds of cool stuff. I got a bunch of pistons and a bunch of rods because I was really good at blowing motors up. If I was good at anything, I was at No Prep Kings or drag racing. I was good at blowing stuff up. But that happens when you have a Hemi, right? It's not a Chevy. It's a big block. It's a Hemi, and if you're gonna drop valves, you're gonna mess stuff up, and it just happens. But I've got some really cool, expensive. Rods and pistons and some other cool stuff, like sign or just give away, if people want it, you don't have to, but you can pick if you want a piston or you want a t-shirt, whatever. But I'm going to do that on the next podcast. I'm going to come, I'll be on. I got some stories coming up. You're going to probably have to wear a diaper. It's pretty funny stuff. And it really happened. All the stuff I'm telling you is not fake. That really happened. Like they really had World War III the other night. I'm not kidding you. Like you can call anybody and ask them. Call. But that, and then we'll get into RC stuff. I'm really big into RC airplanes, the big stuff. I can't really pan over right now, but I got some big airplanes over here, big ones. You could probably put a small baby in there. We wouldn't do that, but you probably could. And some of these, like my biplane and stuff like that. But I got some really nice extreme flight, the Slick 580 XRP. I've got the Slick 50s, the 540s. I've got just a lot of cool stuff. Biplanes, some jets, A-10 Warthog, F-15, the SU, the Russian jet vodka. It's a really cool jet, actually. I got that. I haven't put it together all the way yet, but some really cool cars. Got some of the Arma cars, the ones that are supposed to be some of the fastest RC cars in the world. I got two of those. I'm building those as we speak to go hopefully 200 miles an hour. But I'm going to have to take it to probably a drag to either local track, Pinwell or San Angelo, and run it out at the drag strip. I've got some really cool drones, DJI stuff, Inspires ones, and the big ones and smaller ones. Go over that and look at that and kind of rate them, look at them. But I've done it for a long time. The remotes and receivers and motors and brushless and the best way to charge them and charging systems I got. And it'll be cool. But that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe, share, and then I'll get into giving the giveaways. Hopefully, the next podcast. The way we're going to do that is I'm probably going to, because you can't put this on Facebook because it's too big of a file, right? So it's got to be on YouTube and Spotify, because we're on YouTube and Spotify now. So if you prefer Spotify, we're on there. It's the and then we're going to have Instagram, which my wife's going to do the Instagram because I don't really care for it. Everybody's like, your Instagram's better than Facebook. Well, maybe it is, but for social media, I'm not like crazy on social media, like looking at everybody's business, because all I watch is food eating competitions now, which is stupid. But it's amazing to me to watch like Randy Santel, the bearded guy, I forgot what's his name, the bearded, whatever. He's really cool. He's from overseas. And then the garbage disposal dude. Look those guys. I mean, watch these guys eat. Kilo eats, his Randy Santel's fiance now. Congratulations. But these guys and gals can eat literally 10 pounds of food in one sitting. Like right there in under an hour. And they have under an hour to eat it. But I mean, we're talking like major food. And my mom thinks it's gross. Blech. But I like watching it. It's fun because, I mean, it's amazing to me to watch these guys put 10 pounds of food in their mouth in like less than 30 minutes. That sounds terrible, but it's true. So if you ever get a chance to look at that stuff, and you probably look at it anyway, it's all over Facebook. You're watching the movie. That's all I watch. That's all I look at pretty much now. And people getting arrested. It's always funny watching drunk people get arrested. No, I ain't done it. That one girl was trying to say the ABCs. She goes, ABCD, okay. She started crying. She couldn't even say it. She said ABCD, So pretty funny stuff we'll get into. And when I finally get my video mixer, the Rodecaster video in here, where I can hook my cameras up, hook my screens up, my computer, where I can put videos up here. I can show you some cool stuff, some funny stuff that happened at MPK, some funny videos recorded. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share, and we'll do it on Facebook. The giveaways, I'll just have the podcast up there, and I'll put like and share, and I'll pick somebody that, out of there at random. I'm not going to pick anybody I know, like, oh, you do, because they, I'm not doing that. It'll be fair. But yeah, start doing a lot of giveaways, stuff like that. So I'm not going to be the guy that gives away, 1 week left, you can win this F-250 and this skid steer painted to match. I'm not doing that. That's dumb. I don't know. I guess they sell so much merch that's how they do it. I guess I don't know how they do it, but I guess they sell, because you got to buy a shirt to enter, right? I guess, right? You got to do that, and that's how that works. But they're giving away brand new F-450s. I got an F-350, like a dually. I know how much they cost. King Ranch, Platinum, Limiteds. They're giving those things away that are fully built with 26s on it. American Forces, I wouldn't do that. I mean, the American Forces is a great wheel, but they got spacers. The DDC wheels like I have, they're direct bolt to your dually, and they're functionable. So they're a bigger wheel, but they're actually functionable because they're a direct bolt to your truck. They don't have a spacer in between there, so you don't have any kind of play. They're not saying they're playing. American Forces are a great wheel. Great wheel. They're awesome. But for me, if I'm pulling a trailer, I'd feel more comfortable with a direct bolt in the rear than a spacer wheel. But anyway, they're paying, some of these wheels are like, $15,000, just for wheels and tires. I mean, and they're just giving this stuff away. And they're giving McLarens away, all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyway, I'm not doing that. But I mean, I'm going to give some really cool stuff away, some tools, just random stuff. But not used. It'll be new. I'm not going to like give you my used stuff like you have to refurbish it. A drill, like a Porter cable drill. It'll be a Milwaukee or something. But yeah, really cool stuff coming up. I'm excited about it. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.